long 10-hour-long days, and everybody was in some session or the other. So everybody had attended, and this was fantastic to see. And I have to thank all the national and core committee members that have attended, many professors, senior professors who have come, and the contingent from BML Munjal. They also were there full time, and this was very encouraging to our students and all the other students who have come from outside. So this was a very fruitful conference, is what I believe. I would let others decide and tell whether that is the same as I think. I want to say a couple of more lines and then I will stop. First of all, I would like to thank our director who was always supportive for this conference. Then I would like to thank all the core committee members. I will not name them right now because there are a few of them, Professor Neela Natraj, Professor Maithili, Professor Sudhir Godbade, many, and Professor Bala Subramaniam. They were always supportive. It was, it was wonderful to have their inputs, and it worked in our favor because they were very involved in the process. And I would like to thank our administration who was always rallying behind to make this conference a successful one. Finally, and not to say the least, our students have done marvelously and they just worked so hard that it was unbelievable. I couldn't see, I couldn't imagine that they could it was running on autopilot. And after the first day, it was just automatic. It just couldn't believe that it was going so automatically. Everything was fantastic. And once again, I want to thank all of you for joining us, and also the members from South Africa to have joined us for this closing ceremony. Thank you.
So much, sir. Next, I'd like to request Professor Bala Subramaniam to speak a few words. Sir, please.
First of all, let us congratulate ISET Trivandrum for running such a successful conference in spite of the pandemic situations and the consequent uncertainties regarding that, for having very beautiful lectures, which would have been highly beneficial to those who listened, and particularly the graduate students who heard it both online and offline. And let me thank all those lecturers who have taken time to make a lucid presentation, and realizing that most of the graduate students would be listening to that, have made that simple so that even the graduate students could understand. Even I could understand most of the lectures. And the credit of this successful conference mainly goes to the organizers, in particular, Professor Neela Natraj, Sudhir Godbade, Vijay Thomas, and Akhlaq Hussain. And no such program can be a success without a good financial support. Let us acknowledge the sponsors, namely the ISET Trivandrum, BML Munjal University, and the ICM funds. And having run a few conferences myself, I would say that the success of a conference is proportional to the support that one gets from his authorities and the enthusiasm of the student volunteers. And I find in this case, both were aplenty. Thank you, the director, for having supported this conference in such a huge scale. And hats off to the Club of Mathematics, ISET Trivandrum, for doing everything, starting from the booklet and arranging the videos. And I mean, you have done a marvelous job. And I should probably say that this job also has a certain consequence, in the sense that the logo which you have designed has been accepted by the core committee of the BRICS Mathematics. And the next edition of this would be taking place in South Africa. And probably a representative from South Africa will talk next about explaining what they plan to do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I'd like to ask Professor Nikhil, a co-committee member of the BRICS Mathematics Conference and a representative from South Africa, to speak a few words. Sir, please.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, let me just share my slides. Okay, can you see my slides okay?
Yes.
Great. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words here, and thank you to the organizers for organizing this conference. I'm starting to have some idea of the difficulties involved in organizing a large international conference in the current climate we find ourselves in. But we are very glad to be hosting the conference next year in Stellenbosch University. If you don't know where that is, I'll show you a map in just a moment. In South Africa. We are hopeful to have the conference in person, but we're of course making provisions to have some hybrid options and things. We'll see how that develops. Slightly different to this year in the BRICS conference and in previous years, we're combining the BRICS Mathematics Conference with the two of the local annual meetings in South Africa, so the South African Mathematical Society, or SAMS, and the South African Numerical and Applied Mathematics organization, SANUM. They usually have annual meetings, and we're going to run those together with the BRICS conference to try and make it a larger event. We're looking at maybe 200 to 250 people is the plan. So I said I would show you a map. If you don't know where Stellenbosch is, it's not far from Cape Town in South Africa, down in the southwest corner here. And of course, there are links to most of the large international airports around the world, so it's quite easy to get to. Nice and warm in December when we're planning to be hosting the conference, so that's something to look forward to. Stellenbosch University itself is one of the top 3 universities in South Africa. Here's a nice picture of the campus. The snow will likely not be there in December, but at least there's a nice picture for you to look at. The venue for the conference will be one of the university buildings on the campus, the Van der Ster building, which has been recently renovated. It's very nice, shiny new lecture halls, state-of-the-art facilities. There's a coffee shop in the foyer, which we'll be able to use for the conference, and it's very centrally located. So it's about 5 minutes walk from all the accommodation options in town, and the restaurants and things are all nearby too. So it's very safe to walk around Stellenbosch. It's a very nice place. We've identified some themes for the conference so far that we're planning to go ahead with. This is not a complete list, but we're particularly going to push for talks in machine learning and data science. It's obviously a very important topic right now. Mathematics education research. We feel like this is particularly an important topic for the BRICS countries, as well as industrial and applied mathematics. And as I said, this isn't a complete list. We have more themes to be added, and in particular we want to focus on the impact and the application of these areas in the context of BRICS countries. Okay, so as I said, there's lots of accommodation nearby. They're typically not big hotels, but lots of small, intimate guest houses and bed and breakfasts, which is a very nice feel for the town. Very close to the conference venue, which isn't quite on the map, but the conference venue is about here. So you can see everything is very close together and easy to navigate. I won't go through this list, but there's lots of reasons to visit Stellenbosch. It's a very nice place. I like living here. It was voted one of the top 10 worldwide places to visit by the Lonely Planet Travel Guide in 2020. So it definitely has a lot going for it. And of course, Cape Town and the rest of South Africa is nearby, so there are lots of exciting things to do. Again, I won't go through the list, but there's lots of wildlife and hiking, as well as more cultural things to explore in the region. Okay, that's it. We have a provisional version of our website available at bricsmathconf.co.za, so check that out. Registration is not open yet. We hope to open registration in the first few months of the next year. I forgot to put my email address on the slides, but I believe it's available in the conference documents because I spoke at the conference. So if you have any questions, you're of course free to contact me. I'm happy to take any questions now as well. Thanks.
Are there any questions for Professor Nikhil? All right, I think we're all looking forward to the next BRICS Math Conference in South Africa. Next, does anyone from the audience, any committee members from any other countries would like to say anything? Anyone? All right, then it would be my pleasure to invite Professor Maithili Ramaswamy, the scientific committee member of the BRICS Math Conference, to speak a few words.
So it's my pleasure to thank all the international core committee members South African colleagues who are present here. Particularly, thank you, Nikhil. You presented it so beautiful. We are already enthused to fly over to South Africa next December and have a wonderful conference. And for all the other international participants who joined virtually and presented beautiful lectures, all our sincere thanks to them. We would have wished all of them to be here like what we enjoyed in Russia 2 years back, but pandemic changed the situation. I'm at least thankful we could connect virtually. And our sincere hope is next year it will be changing and we all could meet face to face and have a conference in really offline and probably not hybrid, but let's hope for the best. So my sincere thanks to all of you and who participated from international platforms and gave wonderful lectures. With that, I stop. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, I'd like to call Professor Sudhir Godpade, the scientific committee member of the BRICS Math Conference, to come on stage and say a few words.
So this is the part where we get to thank a lot of people. I want to begin by thanking the fellow members of scientific committee, both from India as well as other BRICS countries, who have worked to give us an excellent academic program. As you know, the model of this BRICS conference is we usually have 3 plenary speakers from each of the 5 BRICS countries. Roughly speaking, divided into one in pure mathematics, one in applied mathematics, possibly including theoretical computer science, and one in probability statistics. And the scientific committees across all BRICS countries have provided us, I hope you will agree with me, a very good academic program. In addition, the conference was being held in India, and we felt it would be nice to have at least a good group of active mathematicians, especially young mathematicians in the country, to join us. And the scientific committee extended invitations to almost 15 researchers across the broad spectrum of mathematics, and who have agreed and have given excellent lectures here. Many of us have attended most of the lectures. So I would like to thank all these speakers as well as committee members for the work that they have done, for the academic program that they have delivered, because the success of conference, of course, largely depends on the quality of its academic program. And I hope you'll agree with me that we had a good one. Many people have talked before me, and I'm sure many will talk after me. We could not have had this conference without the excellent cooperation we had from the host institute, Trivandrum, which actually hosted this thing, but also another institute which worked in the background, BML Mutual Universities, and provided fantastic support. I want to especially thank Professor Murthy, who has been most supportive of our efforts, and also Professor Arora, although he is not here, but Anirban is here, and they have been extremely supportive. Probably the one person who maybe worked hardest was Vijay Thomas, and I would like to propose I know he has been running around a lot, and he has gotten good support from his colleagues, and also really fantastic support, as I was said earlier, by all these students. So another round of applause for the students. And, I would like to again join people in congratulating the students to have come up with this beautiful logo, which, as you just heard, has been accepted by the by all the core committees of the BRICS countries. So this is going to be your permanent contribution to this, BRICS conference. And I guess last but not the least, all of you have been participating in it actively, both here in person as well as online. Thank you so much. We already witnessed a beautiful presentation by Nikhil, and we look forward to the next conference and hope many of you can join us there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Sudhir Ghorpade. It would be my pleasure to now call Professor Akhlaq Hussain from BML Mutual University to come and share his thoughts.
Thank you. All right. So, on the outset, I would like to thank the core committee members of the BRICS conference, Professor Neela, Professor Ghorpade, Professor Mathili, and Professor Kundu is not here, who Professor Bala as well, yes, who requested us to co-host this conference. And throughout, in last almost more than 2 years, they have been with us to co-host this event, though it was planned earlier, but then because of pandemic, it was delayed. So a big thank you to all of you. Secondly, I would like to thank my colleagues and our Dean of the School of Engineering and Technology, who has traveled with us to this place. Though there was an option to, attend it online, but the moment we said we are going to go, they all said, yeah, we are happy to go and we will attend physically. So a big thank you to all of them. And lastly, but most importantly, I would like to thank the director, Trivandrum, Professor Murthy, who has been of perennial support to us for hosting it, and of course to Vijay and his team of students, who have really done an excellent job. I have attended a lot of other conferences, but perhaps it is one of the best I have ever attended in India and abroad. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much, Professor Hussain. Professor Untitled Chapter, can you please come on stage and share your thoughts?
Thank you very much. I think we've come to the end. I'm feeling sad actually to reach this place. One purpose of a conference is always, I always enjoy making new friends, taking part of the local hospitality, food, culture. So every time I go to a place, I learn a lot of things besides of course, the academic part. And I think We should also thank the people at the background, the transportation, the guest house people. They have excellent hospitality, very warm. I have not seen so polite staff. So Professor Murthy, you have an excellent institute where the faculty, the staff, and the students are working to the best of the possibilities. I'm sure Isaac Trivandrum will set many new records in this. Very, very gratitude, heartfelt gratitude to Vijay and his entire team of students, as everybody has mentioned. And we hope that we will be able to, foster more longer research partnership collaborations with all the other institutes participating. We look forward to attending the next conference in South Africa, and we hope that the BRICS countries can come together closer in future and have more such conferences. It's extremely important that, in terms of contributions towards academia, the Chinese, the mathematicians, the Indian mathematicians, the Russian mathematicians, and the South African mathematicians come together and have much more things for the students. Probably research funding, research collaborations are important. So it will encourage the students, I think, the young researchers, the postdocs, everywhere across the globe. So thanks all of you for attending, and it was a pleasure co-hosting this organization, this conference along with Isaac Tiruvananthapuram. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would request Professor Neela Nadraj, core committee member of the BRICS Math Conference, to come on stage and share her thoughts.
So I have a sheet of paper. I started writing this morning, and it's full, and still I may miss somebody in terms of acknowledgement. So please forgive me if I'm missing people. Yeah, so on the first day, Vijay mentioned that this is God's own garden, right? We had a very beautiful week in this awesome campus, and thanks for all of you who have made this possible. The campus is really beautiful, and many of us went on morning walks, afternoon walks, evening walks to see around. It has been a really great experience. So I would compare this with Overworld Park for people who are familiar with this. This exactly gives the same feeling of being in Overworld Park. The atmosphere is so good, and I hope the creativity should be at its best. People have thanked the funding agencies. I'm not repeating that. I repeat my gratitude to Professor Murthy, Director, ISER Trivandrum, for extending hospitality, being approachable. So many of us would just go during the coffee session to his office and have coffee, irrespective of whether he had meetings or not. So he was being so friendly to all of us. And he has been supporting the conference since we planned about this. Professor Arora, we miss you, your presence in this conference, and thanks a lot for the BML Munjal team for being here and supporting us. Again, thanks to the scientific organizing committee and national organizing committee and members who are being here. Professors, especially Sudhir and Maitri and Professor Balu, even for chairing sessions, I just call them and they would agree in 1 minute or half a minute. So it was really great experience. And also people who are here, speakers who are here, who have been really very cooperative and helpful. I would like to thank the faculty of Department of Mathematics, ISER Trivandrum, who have been working in the background, especially in the last few days, especially organizing the scientific sessions and being with us and interacting with us. The IT team has been providing great support. We never had. So normally in conferences, if there is an internet glitch, then there is a whole lot of noise. We never heard about an internet glitch either in the guest house or in this place. Akhlaq, thanks a lot. You have been always supportive to us. Yeah, so I probably I should not attempt thanking Vijay because it's just not possible. Words are not enough for me to thank him for, and Vijay and his group of students. They have been working tirelessly. So many times Vijay has been sending emails and this thing. I never sometimes respond, get time to respond. And he's put in a lot of work in the last few months to make this conference such a huge success. The staff of this campus have been, as somebody mentioned, have been really very courteous, and guest house people are so friendly and helpful. Thanks to all of them. Yeah, so let me now come to this things which I saw the students doing. There may be some things which I'm missing here. So in terms of logistics, they have been sending these emails. Many of you must be receiving those. Every night they have been sending emails about the program and session to the right person. I never found a single mistake in that. Okay? And they're making sure that all arrangements are there. So I don't know whether you noticed, but you see at 7 a.m. in the morning, there is a volunteer sitting there. And till 11:40, till everybody goes to their rooms, there was somebody who was making sure that, we were all really touched by this. And we made sure that all of us ate, and other than, just doing the scientific, sessions, okay, making sure every room had the Zoom account, opening it properly, connecting with the speakers, online, offline, switching the modes so easily.
YouTube Live.
YouTube Live, yeah. Organizing the YouTube Live, organizing the photo sessions, okay, and arranging the transport. Okay, so they're so helpful. I've never seen. But this is all about logistics. Now think about the creativity and innovation which they have shown in this conference, which amazes me quite a lot. See, for example, might be under the able guidance of the faculty, but still, you have to look at the design of the logo, okay, design of the booklet, the way in which it has been organized, the certificates, the website, right? Even this arranging the scientific talks which I mentioned, making sure that all parallel sessions go on time, seeing okay which session is finishing where, okay, and then they would say, oh, that session is still going on, so you can go ahead with this. So these kind of minute details, the amount of maturity they have shown is extremely amazing. So as somebody mentioned, as Akhlaq mentioned, we have been arranging a lot of workshops and conferences with good PhD students and help of staff and so on. But I find this team of students is truly exceptional. Your sincerity, dedication, I don't have adjectives, so let me stop there. It's simply amazing, and it's a great teamwork. And I hope that I wouldn't say that there were no mistakes made, etc. But the correction time for each mistake was so quick. Nobody even realized that there was a mistake made. Okay, so that is the kind of response, the quick response. It's really very, very impressive. And I hope, I wish you all the best. And I hope that the same sincerity and passion, if you show it to your academics, you will reach somewhere great. So please do that. Okay. Now, I would like to call upon these students who have made this conference happen and request director to give a small token of our appreciation to you. So let me call upon stage Shyam, Adya, please come, all of you come. Dia, Priyadarshini, Sagnik, then Satya Surya, Gopal, Yogesh, Sanjay, Sinta Maria, Hariharan, Asya, I think she is online, Asya, Nikhil, Carlos, Akash, Chaitanya, Rajesh Iyer, Anand Chavan, Akhila, Sarthak, Srinidhi, Shivam, Asay Kambi. So they have been working on content, IT. I just asked them to write down what they have worked on. Then there's general management, hospitality, and miscellaneous. Yeah, so now you have your certificates. I request the director to please.
Good guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Certificate or some more?
There is some gift for them. It's a small token.
That's good.
Doesn't compensate the work we have done, but it's just a small token of appreciation. The certificates are getting ready.
Some remain, I can carry back.
So you will fall short.
Okay. I hope there is some more money left there. Good. Yeah, okay. Can I read out this next?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, is it? Okay,
Please printing.
He's printing. Okay. Adya? Yeah. And Akash Gupta? Chaitanya? Dubleker? Arun Iyer? Sarthak? Shivam Bhargava. Kanis Sai. Kulkarni Gopal. Nilesh Kumar. Anjay. Amit is the most active guy, right? Santa Maria. Really, yes. There's a lot of money here. Basil. Basil? Okay. So one of you can pass it on. Asia Anas. Asay Thambi. Anyone left? I guess not. I think it's also appropriate. I think this idea was mooted by Rosanina Nataraj. In fact, I said this in the first week. I also said that we really would have liked to have had this event in a much larger scale, with a lot of people coming from all the 5 BRICS nations. You're looking at about 300 plus, right? And that is not to be, but yet I think we can be content in the way that the proceedings have gone on. I think going by the kind of comments that we have had. Let's appreciate our colleague, Vijay Thomas, and the person Nila Nataraj. At the same time, for her efforts behind the scene, Professor Nila Nataraj, I think there's a small souvenir from our institute. Somebody who co-partnered with us, Professor Anirban Chakraborty, can you come over? And we would like you to pass this on to Professor Arora. Right? There is a small souvenir from the institute. And the 4 committee members have really worked, and the scientific committee members. Unfortunately, Professor Balasubramanian, I've been hearing about you, Professor Balasubramanian. I think, Vijay was telling me that you were due to come here, but of course you dropped out. And we do hope that someday in future you will be here to see what happens.
I have been associated from myself.
I know, I'm aware of that, but not since the time. I know, not since the time that I have been here.
No, not since the time, but otherwise I have been in the committees and.
I look forward to seeing you here sometime. Okay. And for others that are in the campus, Professor Maitri, there is a small. Professor Sudhir Gabade, I think pleasure. Yes, this is for you. I think at the end, I think we have presented a small story to the student. I think there is no measure at all for the efforts that they have put in. I think one exceptional thing, I was not a party to the proceedings of the conference, obviously, because I'm not compatible in this room, right? But one thing that really struck me hard, Professor Neela has briefly glossed over this particular aspect, the conference booklet. I think to me, it's one of the best that I've seen. I think in several years, I think there is opulence in it, there is an aristocracy in it, there is a real style in it. I think elegant to the eye, not just using colors just like that, bizarre way. But I think the booklet has been fabulously brought out. I think I want to, commend all the people that were involved in making the booklet. It's really fabulous. Visually, it's really appealing and highly elegant. Kudos, guys. Okay.
Maybe photograph.
Me, I think I'm the person. No, members, all the members.
First you.
Maybe one with you and then.
One with you, like this take one.
No, this is not.
Very exciting. Yeah, you better capture our campus, right?
We did. Yesterday, yesterday.
You can say you can.
Light.
Okay. Okay. Somebody should disturb our attention, otherwise then it will be like a, yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. But if you can capture. Will not see. Mask will be very I hope none of you are right. It's not like.
1 second, should we begin?
Let the members.
Maybe
I think the members
Now
also.
that we have taken.
Wonderful.
Good.
There is something remaining, no?
Yeah.
Lastly, would any of the participants like to speak offline or online? Anyone can share your experience. Any of the students?
Thank request our dean, Professor Hemant Chakraborty, to please come on to stage and present a token of memento from our side to both the members. Thank you. Murthy, please. This is on behalf of the NU.
Written by our Chancellor, Mr. Srikant Munjal. The meeting
Mr. Srikant Munjal. Salila. Professor Sudhir. And Professor Mathili. Professor Bala, we will be mailing you the copy of the book. Thank you very much. Okay, my applause. Thank you very much.
Lastly, I just want to add one thing, on behalf of all the volunteers, it was a wonderful experience hosting all of you in our campus. I hope you all had a pleasant stay. Also, we got to interact with a lot of professors and students from other campus, so I hope we meet again somewhere in ISA or elsewhere somewhere. One thing I want to particularly mention is that while the prize distribution was going on, Sham was missing. He is the main person behind the booklet. So
I need to call him.
yes,
You
please,
call
Sham,
him.
you must come on stage. Even the logo, the concept was, it was Samit's concept, and then Sham had designed the logo, and everything regarding the booklet, I think the entire credit goes to Samit and Sham. So please. So yeah, that's it from my end. I hope you all have a great day.
You declare the conference closed.
Okay, thank you. So I declare the conference closed. I hope all of you have a great day. Thank you so much.
They have announced, but once again.
Once again announced. 2:30. Where to get the bus?
BFR.
So from BFR, bus will be leaving for a conference trip at 2:30 towards Ponmudi. So I hope all of you can attend the same.
How long is the trip?
To Ponmudi it will take less than 5 minutes.
By 5:30. Thank you.